great to be back here talking baseball with you because I haven't been down there for a few years.
No, and it's springtime, so I know I'm going to see you or Vern, so I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, you look great, Marty. And
Thank
this
you.
is our annual tradition. When I used to be down here, Marty and I would just sip a beer and talk baseball. And there's a lot to talk about. By the way, this is Hams. You remember the sign in San Francisco?
Come on, the Hams beer right outside of Seal Stadium. It would fill up the glass, and then the lights would change, and the Hams beer, terrific.
You got to be our demographic to remember that sign.
Really?
But let's talk some ball, because it's changing into the guard in the executive office. Farhan Zaidi is now in charge of the Giants. What have you seen that he has put his stamp on this organization?
Sure. Well, he's getting a lot of extra players, and that's for sure. He's not wed to anybody, so he's filled in the bullpen with his Rule 5 pick of Travis Bergen from Toronto, but mainly in the outfield. He's picking up extra outfielders, Gerardo Parra, Mabin, so he's going on the fringes and bringing people in so they have depth, which is something they didn't have last year. That's the thing.
If Bryce Harper is a San Francisco Giant, how does it change the equation?
I'll have a good year. I like that. It'd be good for me, I'll tell you that.
Would the old regime have considered Harper 10 years, or is this more the philosophy of Farhan Zaidi?
I think after Zito, it was tough to get a 7-year deal. I think that sort of burned that bridge. So I think the Giants probably were at 5, even with the old regime. I think 5 to 6 would be where they are.
Okay, so we both agree that Harper is a game changer, a franchise changer, both at the box office and on the field. Let's look at the pitching staff. What is your opinion, assessment of this pitching staff, the way it is right now?
I think the pitching is very strong. I really do. And don't forget, last year, even they couldn't score any runs. Their pitching was about the best in the league for the last few months. They had good pitching. So Bumgarner's back. He's ready to go. He's got that little chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove, that he's Bumgarner. You've got Derek Rodriguez, who's, I thought, the real deal. Samardzija, I saw throwing nice and easy. Drew Pomerantz, probably a 5-inning pitcher. Holland is about a 6-inning pitcher. The strength of the team, I think, really is the bullpen. You've got Smith or Melanson closing, and Melanson's looked good so far. If he could close at the price they're paying him, I think they'd love to have it. To win in Oracle Park, you need good pitching and good defense, and we'll get to the outfield defense in a minute. But if you can do that, you don't have to score a ton of runs. You could win your 45 to 50 games there. They have the makings of a pitching staff that can do that. What percentage of Bumgarner are going to see? He's been injured 2 years in a row. I think he just has to be out there. He's pitching without the great fastball, but he's such an important part of this team that I think he's going to take that on. Then it's his delivery, as Joey Bart said, it's like coming around the mountain. So even without the great fastball, I think he still could be effective. Joey Bart just caught him for the first time. And it was a funny thing because Bumgarner wanted him to catch him, and Joey Bart does a little impression of, Joey, you want to catch me? That kind of stuff. So I like Bumgarner. I don't think there's a problem with him. Let's get to the outfield, because that's a major question mark. Stephen Duggar. Stephen Duggar is here. He's had the shoulder surgery. He's full blower, doing all the drills and everything else. But it's still, there's a concern, the stability in the shoulder anytime you have that separation. But he seems like he's ready to go. He had a good 3 weeks before he got hurt. Now we'll see how he plays this year, but he's here. They have a little bit of a backup now with Mabin as a possible center fielder, Gentry, as I said. So there's a little bit behind Duggar. The issue becomes the corners. That's the issue. Is Mac Williamson, is he going to give him one more chance? Yeah, he's here. He looks great. Again, he's healthy, no effects from the concussion. In his 1 or 2 weeks before he got hurt, before tripping over the mound there, he showed legitimate power. He's done it in the big leagues. 3 home runs in 5 games, and everybody was getting excited. And they were crushed. So he's going to get every chance. Buster Posey. The surgery on his hip. 5 home runs last year. He is the cornerstone of this franchise still, I believe. But from what you've seen, is the hip surgery affecting his swing so far? I'll tell you this, he's out there, he's taking batting practice every day, he's catching the bullpens, he's doing everything that he would ever do. In the limited time I've watched his batting practice, we haven't seen the power yet, and that's the one thing you're alluding to. So I think he's working on the swing and getting used to the hip and all that, but we haven't seen the power. The Babe Ruth of batting practice is Aramis Garcia. he's crushing the ball, and he probably would be the #2 catcher.
Well, Marty, a tradition unlike any other.
Absolutely. Ham's beer. Come on.
The folks at home, his glass is a lot more empty than mine is, right?
I didn't pour it correctly. That's the deal.
Good to see you, Marty.
All right. Thank you.